Boo! Are you scared? No? You should be. Because today's topic is fear. And not just how to deal with fear, but how to master your fear and use it as a powerful asset. So right now, I want you to close your eyes. Go on, close them. Now I want you to think of something you're truly terrified of. It could be spiders, clowns, heights, the dark. And if that's one, I'm sorry for having you close your eyes. But look internally and realize that fear. Be conscious of it. Now open your eyes. Are you still thinking about your fear? Or now that your eyes see there's no danger, your fear fades? So you're probably saying, yeah, that's all well and good, but I already know what I'm afraid of. How do I get over it? And I'll tell you, you don't get over it. Fear is a powerful asset that most of us don't use. We run from it. And some fears for a good reason. Like the fear of spiders. Some of us have it, some don't. But we all know that spiders like to be left alone. If they're messed with, they tend to bite. And when they do, some, but not all, are venomous, causing all kinds of decay and rot and possibly even death. So I ask you again, are you afraid of spiders? Or are you afraid of their venom? Most of our fears aren't what we are afraid of, but what the outcome of what might happen if we come in contact with that fear. So now I'm going to go over how to overcome that fear and make you a more confident person. So there are 5 main steps on overcoming or mastering your fear. First is decision. And what I mean by decision is decision to start the process of mastering your fear of whatever it is. I like the example of swimming, or a better word for it, drowning. Yes, some people believe they can't swim because they'll drown, so they'll never learn how to swim, the opposite of drowning, which in my opinion makes 0 sense. Why avoid the solution to the problem just because you feel you can't? That's what learning is. Practice until proficient. Now, let's say you want to learn how to swim, but don't want to drown. That's fair. I'm sure none of us really want to drown, but it can happen. And that's when we take action or decide to prevent that specific outcome. So do you jump into the deep end of the pool or throw on dive gear and hope for the best? Probably not. Some do, and that works for them, but for someone with a deep fear of drowning, it's like jumping out of a plane without a parachute and hoping you don't hit the ground too hard. It just doesn't work, and it never will. So now that you've decided to start to learn how to swim, you will still have that fear, but you're willing to learn. So the second step is rehearsal or practice. So with learning anything, unless you were somehow born with an innate talent to do it, you need to practice. There's a saying, practice makes perfect. Yeah, that's bullshit. And you'll never get anywhere in life if you strive for perfection. And I apologize if that destroyed your confidence or made you upset, but it's true. Look back at anything you do or have done. Were you ever perfect at it? Did you hit every note perfectly every time and never made a single mistake after you became perfect? More than likely not. You probably did a really good job, made small mistakes that were easy to fix and simulated perfection, but it wasn't really. So practice doesn't make perfect, but it does make confidence. And if you're going to master your fear, then you need to practice to be confident. Like starting in the shallow end of the pool, slowly getting deeper and deeper until it's a good depth to learn how to swim. And at first you may not do anything that resembles swimming, but maybe just putting your head underwater and holding your breath to get used to being underwater without freaking out. Maybe kicking while holding the sidewall to learn muscle memory. Whatever your practice looks like, start small and it will make all the difference. Now the third step is letting go. And letting go is as simple as it says. You need to realize that the danger you're scared of will not go away, but your practice gives you the tools to prevent that danger from reaching you. If you hold onto the side of the pool wall forever, you'll never learn how to fully swim, and you may know all about how to swim and do it safely on land or in very shallow water, but if you don't push yourself to be just a bit out of your comfort zone, you won't ever be able to grow. Now, I'm not saying push off and move regardless of fear. That will only push you back to the comfort zone and you won't progress in learning on how to swim. So, grab a boogie board or other flotation device or whatever helping force in your situation and let go of the wall. Kick across the pool. Start small still and keep practicing. You will see that you can swim and there isn't much to be afraid of. Then the fourth step is jumping off. Now that you have the fundamentals down, all that's left is to rinse and repeat until you gain confidence and you can break free of the comfort zone and grow and jump into the pool right in the deep end and paddle around, wade in the water without issue. You've now learned how to master your fear of drowning. You should, at this point, have gained the same confidence that made you think you were perfect at the other task, be it playing an instrument or what have you. You're probably saying, though, wasn't there 5 steps? It seems like there's nothing left to do except repeat the cycle and keep mastering your fear of your other fears. Well, yes and no. Yes, because it's as simple as that on how to work on growing and become good or proficient at something you feared. And no, because until you do the 5th step, none of it will stick. You won't have mastered your fear, only gain confidence in yourself, which is good, don't get me wrong, but that can be fleeting and fade over time. So what is the 5th step? I'll tell you. It's knowing what matters. Knowing what matters is probably the most important step in all of this. Once you know why you want to master your fear, truly why, then you'll never go back. That confidence will have a reason to stay, and you'll be jumping out of planes and climbing mountains and, well, talking to that girl or boy that you were afraid to even speak to, let alone ask out on a date. Or turning in a resume to that company you feared would never hire you. But if you follow these steps and take it slow and learn why it matters to do so, you'll be able to do anything. I want to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you learned something positive from this. I want to make note of the book that this information came from. The book is Mastering Fear by Brandon Webb. And after I read this book, it changed everything. So if you want to get the full experience, I'll link his book in the description down below. So you may not know where you're going, but I can certainly help you get there.